Welcome everybody to another episode of the Sizzy Hoes. Damn, I can't sing. It's your girl Mandii V, aka that. Hey. Don't do that. I kind of hit the note a little bit.
I think you hit a beat, not a note. Sorry, buddy.
Wait, is there a difference?
You can sing
beat,
on beat and off key.
I mean, this one thing that got me tripping. I think I sound just like her. No?
You sound just like her on that tiny desk.
I mean, you feel me? So it's giving some notes was hitting.
Love A-Marie.
Love her down.
We're not gonna
I'll eat
lie.
her from the back.
We're not going to lie here.
But boy,
We're not going to lie.
we don't have to lie. It wasn't her day. You know how like sometimes we come into the studio and it's like, we're not feeling it. Maybe that was just that day.
You know who doesn't have an off day? Beyoncé. I saw...
Oh, no. I seen some of the YouTubes. Some days, Blue is giving way more energy than Beyonce. You could tell when Beyonce, the vocals were always vocal, but sometimes she don't hit the note, the dance steps the same.
We ain't going to talk about how Beyonce can't dance.
She does dance, but sometimes you could tell, Blue, this your show today, girl.
No,
you give it to him.
That was what happened at the show I was at. So I went to the Juneteenth show, and I was like, oh, this isn't as much dancing as Renaissance. However, literally, I was telling she came out, and I was like, can you imagine how much she got to travel? He's like, I know. It's like, damn, this is an exhausting life. We just started talking about it. The way she was singing, I was like, when is she off?
No, her vocals are not.
Holy, first of all, Ya, which is not my jam on the album. Ya, where she was screaming at I was like, oh my God, this country album is doing it. Also, this is my first Cowboy Carter show. I know a lot of people have been going because it hit the States. I didn't know this would happen. And I don't know if anyone else felt this way. So I'm out walking around for the show. I just see a bunch of white people with American flag gear. Hats and shit, dude. And I'm like, what the is going on, man? And it didn't hit me. They was going to Cowboy Carter. Something I'm seeing all the American flag wear. Not much.
Were you at the show where Miley Cyrus came out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which also, Jay-Z comes out 2 days later. I feel like this Juneteenth play.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how. I mean, Miley she was for the culture. I like Miley.
I mean, she's on the album, so I understand.
No, yeah.
But the fact that y'all got Paris and I got Miley,
don't do that. Miley is a legend. And you know I don't talk about white people too much like that. I love me some Miley. I was jealous that, like, if that's the show you was in, I'm jealous. I've seen Jay-Z perform. I went to the Blueprint. I went to the Blueprint 3 tour. It was like this. Miley, I ain't gonna hold you. That's my little white girl right there. I like her. And she sound like she shouldn't sing the way she sound and talk. She real deep with it.
Okay.
I love me some Miley.
I was at the show where Rumi was tidy up, and that was funny. I will say this. So we got there. We're burnt out from Cannes and from Berlin and Berghain and all that. Dog, I woke up, and I know that y'all must think I don't love Beyonce because I'm saying this, but I got my tickets weeks ago. We were so tired. I saw the clock was 6:45. You know that show started at 8. Doors open at 7. I said, maybe we can go see her another day. And he was like, baby, you got to get it. Like, come on. You can talk about it. I was like, I'll lie. I don't care. I'll lie. I don't give a damn. I ain't getting up. So we put on the TV. I'm like, I just want to cuddle with you. And this is how much TV matters. And I really was like, I'll go see Beyonce in Vegas or something. That's what I started thinking. We watched the TV in France. And you know, some TVs, you Chromecast. Some hotel TVs, you don't.
I didn't turn on the TV the whole time I was in France.
Well, I was tired, so I needed a break. We turned that TV on, and the only thing they had was Donald Trump and one channel that spoke English, and it was ping pong. I said, get up. We're going to see Beyonce. I ain't watching ping pong. He's dying. He's like, bro, I'll post it up. I'll get it so you can get comfy. No! We get in the car, and something I just want to say that I appreciate. France has some of the most beautiful men. And again, the thing I think that makes them so beautiful, I'm looking at black dudes, right? Is they're Africans. You see, you know, Africans got that jawline, that model bone structure, dark skin, tall. Bro, we walking up to Beyonce. He said, the girls too, the women cops, all the security and all the policemen, all the police women, everybody was fine. Everybody's just statured. He's like, this is Fashion Week? What's going on? I'm like, welcome to France.
Was getting ready to be Fashion Week, though.
No, because that's how good they look.
But Men's Fashion Week was happening that
Girl,
week.
the cops.
But Men's Fashion Week was, so a lot of people,
when I was there. But
they were leading up to it. It started that Monday.
Talking about it. Yeah, I wasn't there. So basically, like, we started talking about it, and he was saying to me, it's something, I don't know if you've noticed this while traveling abroad. He's like, damn, I never think of Europeans as Black because Euro is white. I don't think about immigration. Like, you go to London, you meet all these Caribbean baddies because they grew up there. Like, he's like, it just didn't hit me. Like, I'm looking at baddest, and they're born here. Dog, at one point, we had selling us a hot dog. And she was like, this was bad. I'm telling you, being able to be surrounded by Black beauty that's just not at home. We take New York for granted. You know, when you travel and you're like, oh, it's here. And they ain't. Because we just outside of our home. Just being able to be out and just be amongst different cultures and languages. We were in Europe for weeks, and it was just dope. And it made me really. And even though we weren't successful at something I found very interesting, we were in the club talking to this girl in Germany, and she's like, oh, you guys will love this party. It's an Afrobeats party tomorrow. Come. I was like, you know what? We're in an open relationship, and we really want to pull up with you. And she's like, oh, perfect. Like, perfect. We'll go together. When do you guys leave? I was like, we leave the next day. Then we'll have our night together. We'll have a night. Perfect. That's what she said. Next time we're talking to someone else, we're talking about our relationship. We were in this club till 9 a.m., by the way. It's called Phantom Bar. It's awesome. So she said, 75% of the people that I meet that are under 35 are in open relationships. And some of my married friends are also in open dynamics too. She's like, when I'm watching content from America, I see that everybody's like thinking it's so crazy and so whatever. She's like, I even grew up with my mom having a boyfriend, but also dating my dad. And she says that she feels we've been so blocked when it comes to sexuality because of religion and all these different things. And I must say, I wonder if open relationships could be more successful if we weren't in these current ideas every day. Because let's just say you're a girl who listens to Horrible or a guy that listens to the show, Decisions, and you're hearing about Mandii and I, and you tell your friends. Are your friends going to judge you because we all grew up thinking this shit was bad? Like, are we really just a product of where we came from?
I talk about that in the book. Literally. Biologically, environmentally, and socially. Yes. Like how our families raised us, the religions that we were brought up in, the environments we were in. It's why I talk about the privilege of being able to have my 20s in New York. Like, being back in Atlanta, they're light years behind the sex clubs and sex spaces and lifestyle spaces that I've been able to enjoy up here in New York. Like, it absolutely is your environment, how your family raised you. And I think that's why it's so important. Like, when you have autonomy over the type of life you want to have, the type of sexuality you want to have, you got to do a lot of unlearning, especially if you grew up with ignorance. If you grew up in a religious household that said only monogamy was the way to be happy or be in a relationship, or if marriage is the buy-all with-all of what happiness looks like with a partner, like, or if you're a woman and you being raised to, here you go, here's your baby, here's the kitchen, a mom is what your life should be. I think that there has to be ways in which we kind of unlearn the things, because I don't think anything's really traditional anymore. I think with social media, with the openness of being able to see all these different lifestyles, like right at our fingertips, I think that it's been incredible for people not only to have to visit new places, but listening to this show, they get to see that there's a lot of possibilities when it comes to like how you can exist in love. Yeah. I think I've mentioned that in my anal sex chapter. I talk about like the homophobia around anal sex growing up, and maybe it being rooted, the homophobia specifically being rooted in the Black community, because the Black community is ingrained in the church. And there you go. That's all I got to say about that.
Can you imagine just thinking you up there being a pastor, just think you're doing God's work, and really you're fucking us all up. We can't come. We ain't learning all the kind of new sexuality and shit. Like, shit be fucked up. The way that like my ex and I would have conversations, and sometimes her religion would even come into play when, never told me this out of her mouth, by the way, but I could feel, I think sometimes shame about, loving a woman or something like that. I think it just happens. I think it's very natural, and it kind of sucks because the older we get, it's like you either have to become the person you are and piss off the people that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or
I got a gay cousin, a lesbian sister, and I'm Jamaican. So it's really, the homophobia is rooted heavily in Caribbean culture. And so, yeah, I thought about that. And I mentioned that about my cousin. I'm like, damn, we never got to meet his partner. He couldn't live in Jamaica because of his sexuality. And I'm just like, damn, I always wonder like how sad it was that he couldn't openly live his truth, especially in the 90s and early thousands. So I gotta call him, see how he been. So I wanted to share a little story time with y'all, because Atlanta, boy, is Atlanta in every way, which fashion. If you guys are patrons, by the time y'all hear this episode, you would have already heard I'm back single, back out in these streets, and I guess living in Atlanta. Well, living in Atlanta with a boyfriend, I was always just going out eating, having drinks with my homeboy Keith, with Crystal, with Taylor, with like my friends. And I wasn't out looking or seeing at all what it was like in the dating pool in Atlanta, Georgia. So,
is there piss in it?
So, you know what? Here's the thing. And y'all know I like to hold people accountable. So, got this story and it was real interesting. So, we go out one night and we literally make it an adventure. Because I'm like, okay.
You and your girls?
Just me and Crystal.
Okay.
Because Crystal, so here's the thing. We already know white men don't approach us. But I'm like, bro, we in Atlanta. Everywhere we go is black. Like, let's pick these places. So, bitch, I pick a night. We hit up 3 spots. We started Little Alley, which is a steakhouse.
I've been there. I like that. We
go from Little Alley. Actually, we hit 4 places. We go from Little Alley. Then we go to Sauce. We go from Sauce to Red Phone Booth, which is a cigar bar, in the night at MCK. So we go to 4 places. Mind you,
MCK a club?
MCK is a restaurant lounge. Has a speakeasy in the back. That's the spot I'm trying not to go to too much, because it be them. So we start the night off. We go to this steakhouse. It's a weekend where the cues are out. So everybody got the purple on, but it's like the old ones.
Oh.
It's the old heads. It's the fedora crowd. Oh. It's like they wearing their jackets from like the 80s or 90s or something.
Okay.
So it's the old head crowd.
So they went out. Thing called Unk Function? What?
The unction.
Oh.
The super unction. So we go to Little Alley and it's mad guys. Mind you, they see us.
Right.
Nobody says a word. We eat our dinner. We're like, well, damn. There is niggas in here, by the way, too. There's a table across from us. They stare at us the whole time. Not one word spoken. So I'm like, damn, we ain't really starting this night off too well. I go to Sauce because I know the bartender there. He wasn't there. And I was like, it's a little small. Let's hit Red Phone Booth. So we go to Red Phone Booth. Red Phone Booth is one of my favorite places that I used to go when I lived in New York still. So Red Phone Booth so it is a speakeasy. You have to have a number to get in. It's a members only thing. And it's deep. It's older than the unction. It's like 45, 50 plus.
Okay.
Full of men. It's a cigar bar.
How they look?
They got money. Like, and they're black establishment.
How are the women in there?
Bar. There's not many women.
Oh.
There's not many women.
So they was like,
Get me out though. Walked in, there was quite a bit. We walk in, mind you, it is a Friday night. There's nowhere for us to sit. And the doorman knows me because we go there quite often. So we go to walk and he's like, oh, we have these chairs here. Mind you, we're dressed really cute. Like there's dress codes at all these places. So we're dressed cute. There's 2 chairs in the hallway. We both look at him like, we not finna sit here. Like, we gonna look like we here to try to meet some niggas. So we're here for an experiment to see if anyone's gonna talk. Like maybe we'll meet someone, but we're not pressed because we never meet anybody anytime we go out. So we go to the back room and we get sat caddy corner and it's full of men. Niggas is playing pool. There's a table of these men. They're all taking pictures so you know they work together.
When I see 2 girls and a bunch of niggas, I be like, bruh, prostitutes.
Mind you, hold on. So we gonna get there. Hold on. We gonna get there.
I already know it.
So I see this group. Couple of them look good. Very like sharp dudes. Like they got their cigars. They're all drinking their fucking whiskey with the big old ice cube in the glass. Very, very demure, very sophisticated, clearly wealthy black men because we're looking at the watches. So we sitting there in the corner. Don't nobody speak to us. Don't nobody really look at us. So me and Crystal like, all right, bitch, well, we gonna get a drink. And I was cracking up because I was like, bro, they hate us. Mind you, I'm talking shit, but like only to her. So finally, we get the menu. I order my gimlet.
Why'd you say they hate us?
No, because I'm just like, bro, this is our second place. When we go out, niggas do not approach us. And I keep telling her, I said, because she got this resting bitch face. I said, I don't know what the fuck it gives. Mind you, the night before, hold on, we go to Cheetah. Bitch, we get a compliment on our hair, our jeans. Women approach us all night. Not one man in the strip club approached us. So I was like, well, maybe because we competing with the naked bitches. We competing with naked bitches. Strip club ain't gonna be it, but I go to Cheetah to eat. That's like my dinner spot. So anyway, we at Red Phone Booth. We sitting here, we order our drinks come. We keep talking, and I'm like, bro, we gonna smell like cigars. Like, let's finish our drinks and get out. Finally, we get invited over to the seat. Mind you, shout out to one of the Whore Hive members. She was an older lady. She said, I know who you are. She said, but I ain't gonna say nothing because they don't know who you are. And I said, thank you, girl. And so we like do this little thing. So I go over and sit down, and we start talking. Finally, they buying us rounds of drinks. Crystal comes over. She's talking. It's like 3 guys. Finally, we go to, we didn't think y'all were going to speak. He lets me know the breakdown. In Atlanta women, I'm going to tell you what the men are looking for because y'all are fucking ruining this shit. Boy. Oh, we were shocked. So 2 things. He said, we saw y'all walk in. He said, some girl on TikTok recently made a video that this is where you come and get a sugar daddy. So he's like, we've been coming to this place for the last couple years. He said there has been an influx now of women that come in here. And it's because that video said this is where you get a sugar daddy. So he's like, this became our spot to chill. He's like, now we know we being preyed on when the bitches come through. So he said,
prayer.
So he said, we watched y'all come in. We talked about y'all. He said, immediately, working girls is what they thought. Here's how they knew we weren't, which was crazy. He said, y'all asked for the menu. I said, yeah, because we were going to get a drink. He said, that's how we knew y'all weren't prostitutes. He said, let me tell you what the girls do in here. He said, no. He said, they come in, they'll sit in the corner, order water. And he said, then when you approach them, mysteriously, it's their birthday, they're celebrating, they want all these drinks. So he's like, we were waiting to see if y'all actually ordered a drink because the girls that come in here will drink a water until a man approaches them. And then it becomes this thing where they order everything. So I was like, okay, interesting. He was like, yeah, we saw y'all talking shit, da da da. So I was like, oh damn, y'all saw me? Because I was clearly cutting up. Then he said another thing that was really interesting. He said another reason we didn't really speak to y'all, he said, y'all light skin. And I was like, what? Apparently, it's not black men like black women in Atlanta. Like brown girls. And I was like, I told her this. I said, bro, it's because we light skin. And I know like people assume like there is a world, yes, where that's what people prefer or something. It was so interesting. And also like good to know they were like, yeah, like we like our brown girl. Like it's Atlanta.
Yeah.
I was like,
he said y'all light skin.
He said you little light skin bitches. We also wanted to make sure y'all weren't prostitutes. And it was so interesting hearing him talk about like, unfortunately, light-skinned girls have a very bad reputation, apparently, with also not being nice, not being welcoming. Like, he started, like, you know, men have their way of, the same way we know certain men are going to act a certain way. I want to say this was just one isolated group. I'm not speaking for it in, like, as a main thing. But hearing this group talk, they all had the same experiences with light-skinned girls not really being nice. And then girls coming into that specific bar being prostitutes. And not really wanting to talk. And so, in hearing how people are navigating dating in Atlanta, this is where I want to hold the women accountable. Because from my other friends that I talked about who aren't old, who are in their 30s, who have good paying jobs, he said as soon as they go on dates, the girls are saying what bills they need paid. This is a common thing, but apparently, and maybe because the Africans is there tricking, apparently it got to be working. Girls got to be getting their bills paid somehow, but it's become a thing that like, there's really no rapport in building a conversation or seeing what chemistry looks like in Atlanta. everything is really, really, really transactional. And the men are hip that women is out here looking for sponsors and tricks.
I mean, can we be real here for a second when it comes to Atlanta dating or big city dating? We said this a few weeks ago during a Breakfast Club, or I think I mentioned it. Everybody's dating or trying to date the same niggas, right? So what happens in these cities is like, we've all decided who the creme de la creme nigga is. And everyone's really... A friend is coming to mind who, I don't want to say sells pussy.
But she sell pussy.
No, she doesn't. I'm trying to like find the words.
She sells experiences?
No.
She's a good time?
She just always has a nigga taking care of her. She's just like always that girl that's got a nigga taking care of her.
Okay.
And I have a lot of beautiful friends. And sometimes that happens for them. Sometimes that doesn't. This girl just always happens, right?
Okay.
She doesn't live in New York or Atlanta. However, one of the things she said to me recently was like, girl, I just really want love right now. And I find that men love me and my body and how I look, because she does have like a crazy natural body. She's like, well, I'm just not meeting dudes that like actually want me. I was like, okay, I'm going to hold your hand now. I've known you maybe 2 or 3 years, not long. I've never seen you once go out and scout a guy because he's attractive, because you want to go see a movie. I have seen you almost reject niggas coming to talk to us because they look plain to you. You have always and notoriously dated the same niggas. So now we're on the phone for an hour about you telling me how this nigga ain't shit. Bitch, you knew the nigga wasn't shit. And I think what sucks is the reality of finding out that like the things that we're asking for aren't going to come in the package that we're seeking sometimes. If you live in Atlanta and you like to go to the club with your friends and y'all look at the niggas with tables, do you think that's the candidate? Like, do you think the nigga that's always trying to get a fucking table? I'm not talking about dudes that are out with their friends because it's a birthday. I'm talking about the nigga that's notoriously going to be in the same spot. The one that everybody knows, the one the promoter knows. Not saying he can't be faithful and never cheat on you and maybe has no other children, but let's call a spade a spade. When you want to meet decent men, how is it going to be packaged like the niggas that look like they ain't shit? For example, if I'm a man, let's just call a stereotype a stereotype. You have a fucking BBL and a Kim Kardashian lip and hair and you got that look, I'm going to assume you might be a hoe and got a bunch of niggas and maybe fucked other niggas I know in the club. Just going to assume it. Am I wrong here? Not saying that the normal bitch ain't doing that, but there's a look to those men and there's a look to those women. So you can't sit here and tell me how much you want love now when every time we go out, you like, oh, look at that nigga's this and that, and you're clocking them for bread. It's just not gonna happen. Bro, any a relationship I know that's successful, I'm sorry, but like, it seemed to have had some organic start to it. Maybe it was a dating app. Maybe they made a school, whatever the fuck it was. It's not this, I'm scouting niggas tonight vibe. And when you start to do that, that's the energy you literally bring in. He's scouting you too, bitch, for pussy. So how is it then that you start fucking the nigga that just wanted to fuck you, that you just wanted money from, that 3 months down the road isn't really taking you serious? How? How did you fucking start off?
I think that's how a lot of women, though, are approaching. Like, the transactionalness of only going after a guy that could do for you. Not because you like him, not because you have the same interests. Like, if you going out scouting for the next dude that's going to be able to pay your rent, your car note, or take you on a trip,
Yes.
like, you going to end up with the same.
And these regular niggas do it, dog. I'm telling you, like,
I mean, it might take them a couple checks. They might have to save up.
Fuck a couple checks, Mandii. They probably own a home. It's probably just taking them to fucking like you because tricks do it really fast.
Well, no, I'm just talking about the economy we in. Like,
Right, but I'm saying, when I say regular dude, I'm genuinely speaking, I really be thinking these scammer niggas, first of all, they ain't got no fucking money. Them niggas ain't got bank accounts.
oh, I've never talked about the scammers.
Right?
I'm just
talking about the popularity of that culture. Maybe the scammer spends that money on you quick. Bro, the second you have you a regular nigga that's like planning his life, bitch, you safe. I'm sorry, but like all this pain and a lot of heartbreak, when I'm hearing about it, it sounds like we saw the road to get there. So when I'm hearing my friends say this to me, dog, and it was such a recent conversation, I told her, I was like, bitch, I'm talking about you on the show. Like, you are the epitome of I'm asking for something and I'm not receiving it because I'm not looking for it.
Oh, she's one of those days waiting for one of these lit dudes to be her dude.
Yes. And the waiting game, and they feel it too. You know what I mean? Like, I think what it boils down to is like when you genuinely are seeking partnership, you need to seek people that seem like good partners. For example, if I wanted a good business partner to open a club with, maybe I could go to the niggas that's always in the club. Or I could find somebody that's consistently working in hospitality and understands what it's like to run a brick and mortar. I could do that. I could do someone that looks good on the outside. Oh, yeah, of course it's going to work out because blah, blah, blah. Or I could work with someone that has acumen. Literally start treating dating like a fucking business. Nigga, would you get into business with that nigga? These relationships that start out, just off the simple fact that he's lit and you're hot, like it gets fucked up every time. And I've done it too. I've been the one looking for niggas with money too. And that's when I genuinely think that's just got to stay in you're in that selling pussy sugar baby lane. You got to be there, bro. You can't then want this guy to not fuck anyone else, not do all these other things when you're genuinely not treating it like a relationship. You're treating
I just want y'all to know the men is calling y'all prostitutes when y'all out ordering water. And then it becomes mysteriously a celebration when they come over with their pocketbooks. You immediately are being looked at as something, if you don't want to be looked like that, bro, have the money to where you and your homegirl can at least go out and order your own first drink. Have the money to order your first drink. That would just be my tip.
First drink is a good tip.
Bro, order your first drink. Don't walk into a place and do your rounds and wait till a man asks you, like, what's your name? Don't go to a bar and just sit and wait. If your pockets are even strained, please have enough money to order your first drink, because then that just opens up to where you don't look like you there trying to get picked up.
We got to give these other niggas a chance, dog. Y'all got to stop looking at Instagram. Listen, everybody first date being a vacation is not real, bitch. It's not fucking real. It's not fucking real. Like, seriously, if we are wanting the things that we say, bitch, in my 20s, and if you still in your 20s, keep fucking them niggas.
Also, if you want to read about how terrible we were in our 20s, No Holds Barred, a dual manifesto of sexual exploration and power, out now.
Because I was slapping that pussy for a little chick.
Thank you. Oh, and was. And I'll talk about that in the progression chapter. So I'm no longer going to tell y'all to use your pussy for rent unless you absolutely have to.
I literally
Now, if you have to, don't be like old girl in that Tyler Perry movie. All she had to do was sell some pussy and she would have been just fine.
No.
What? I'm just saying. She could have just sold some pussy.
Dog.
When we talked about...
When you watched it, were you screaming at the TV?
When we talked with Keke Palmer
Straw
about one of them days, at one point, she said they was in the writing room and there was a scene about selling feet. Let's be clear. Yes, this is our biggest prized possession, and it come with a price tag sometimes. The pussy got a price tag. Use it if you absolutely need to. But yes, Taraji could have just sold some pussy and been fine as a single mom.
Let's just say you need rent paid. This your bottom dollar. It's not
First off, I got enough niggas in my phone that done got...
Just if you had to, on the count of three, say your price. Not the highest, not the lowest.
You just said rent. We have one rent price. You said if I need to pay rent.
I said help toward the rent, sorry. Just a little extra cash. What's the price on the coochie? 1, 2, 3.
First off, we didn't even price on a coochie. Y'all don't even know. I ain't shared this story. This nigga wasted my time a couple weeks ago. I've been single. Yeah. This nigga wasted my time a couple weeks ago.
Why you say it like that?
Y'all, he pissed me off so bad. I told him he owed me $10,000 for wasting my time. He didn't get no pussy. He didn't get no head. He sent me $10,000 for wasting my time. And I said, I never want to talk to you again. And then he really sent that money, and I was like, a couple days later, I was like, you good? My bad. I said, I was not cutting this nigga off. I said, okay. So now I'm just waiting for when I'm ready to buy my house. I'm going to be like, hey, I need help. But to me, to have a nigga on my line that I could be like, hey, fuck nigga, you done wasted my time. You had me going all over the motherfucking place. Send me $10,000 for wasting my time. And he do it. I ain't gonna hold you. He did.
That nigga for the dude.
He did. I ain't gonna hold you. But here's my thing, right? And It's a really hard time for a lot of people right now, especially single mothers. I don't know how y'all do it. Best birth control for me.
No, that's
Hearing
how
how
made me send my homegirl some money.
And so for me though, not to push prostitution on the girls. I'm about to say a lot of P.
Oh my God,
not
Mandii.
to push prostitution on the girls, but to me, it is poor pussy management. If you are well into your 30s and you done gave that pussy out for the last 15, 20 years, depending on when you started fucking. Say you started fucking at 15, you 35. That is 20 years of dick.
No, I know. That's how's your body count 8? I don't believe you.
Even if it's 8. If you come across hard times and not one of them 8 niggas could shoot you some money, you got to go into the little stall at the church and talk to the man, or you got to call your therapist. But you have to sit in a mirror and be like, bitch, you got some poor pussy management. And you should never fuck a nigga again who can't throw you a little bit of change if you going through a hard time. Bitch, I saw that shit. I said, Taraji, you got a whole kid. You can't call nobody. You ain't put that pussy on nobody.
Wait, put me on the wire real quick. This is what Mandii just did. Taraji, you can't call nobody.
You can't. Now, one nigga is missing your pussy enough to be like, where you hit him up and be like, hey man, I'm going through a hard time right now. I need a little help.
Dog.
Bro, that shit pissed me off so bad. I was like, now one of these dicks could throw you a little bit of change. Whole pussy management.
I literally want to do a test, but I got to respect my relationship, but I really want to do a test.
We should do a test on Patreon.
Hey,
we should just hit up like 3 old niggas and be like, hey man.
Let me get $300.
No. See, we got money now. You got to ask for at least 1,000 now.
Oh my God.
Oh wait, no, if you on hard time.
On page 6.
What?
From Ken. I'm sorry, I can't talk to you anymore. I'm famous.
Oh my God. Who?
Us, bitch.
Wait, we are on page 6? Bitch, with Eva Longoria. My relationship,
my homegirl, like,
is there. Oh, I need that. I need that.
So weird.
I need that. Anywho, okay. Anyway, poor pussy management, ladies. It is 2025. We is in a recession. We about to have World War III. You need to have your niggas in check right now. Go through your phone. Any man that you done gave some pussy to, put him in your notes. You need to have on speed dial the 3 dudes that you know can help you out when the missiles start dropping. Who gonna come and save you, bitch?
Dog.
Who coming to save you, bitch? God damn it, it's rough out here.
Damn, I really don't.
Girl, you got 3 that you can ask.
I know.
You might be able to ask that Jamaican from back in the day.
Which one?
Which one? One of them. But you was in the clubs with them. You had a little group. You was out.
I ain't gonna lie. I got one nigga I know for sure.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I got shit.
He just had a 35th birthday on a yacht with his baby mama. And I was like, oh, you still trapping.
Oh, I ain't gonna hold you. Even the sugar daddies that I mentioned in the book, bitch, they both divorced now. So I feel like I could really slide back in if I wanted to. But we just friends. We friends now.
You know, I've been the person people borrow money from so often. I've been wanting to talk about this B. Simone thing because I have a take that I think the obvious take is after the H&M thing, we're all rolling our eyes.
Okay, a couple weeks ago, B. Simone went viral for 2 clips.
We've got to insert that reactionary.
Being a best friend with a celebrity, everybody thinks that, oh, because you're connected to this person, then your life is just as grand as theirs, or you got
it, or they helping you.
Baby, didn't have a job, living with my parents, a single mom. All this happened to me this past year.
Jesus.
And then it's like to not have resentment in my heart towards you because I saw you do this for other people. I saw you give a check to somebody to help them through whatever they went through. And it's like, God, like nobody didn't give me a handout, but guess what? That wasn't your responsibility. God had to take me through that for my own season, for my own thing. I had to get my car repossessed.
Jesus.
I had to go through the food stamps line. I had to be on Medicaid because whatever I'm building my story too. But it's like, as a friend somebody who has it, it's hard to digest. They're probably shocked that I'm even saying this right now.
So, number 1, the clip with the friend.
Yep.
Now, I'm someone that has an apartment or 2 in my name for a friend, dog. Like, I really, if my friend got kids, I'll do anything for you. But, 1, I don't think that's her best friend. And 2, I must say, I don't know how long that person has been there.
Right? Me neither.
I have had friends that I've helped that can't fucking get it together.
Yeah, same.
In that clip, even though I rolled my eyes at B. Simone, I then thought, if my friend called me in a panic with no place to live, obviously I would do anything. However, we all have that friend that never pays us back.
Mm-hmm.
We all have that friend that we're like, how you got a job and no money? Where does your money go? What is going on? And I started to think about that. And it really made me kind of settle into the feeling of, I have been weeding out friends that really do have that poor money management shit out of my life slowly. Not like I'm trying to dub a broke friend, but on some shit like, fuck, I hate the fact that you always in a bad position. This is my friends without children. I'm not saying that people with kids don't have bad management. It's just, I can't imagine taking care of two people.
I'm going to say something problematic on top of that. If you are a friend that I constantly have to get out of a bind, but you fucking? Oh, bitch, don't let me find out you need money, but you just fucked a week ago. You giving up the pussy?
But you need me?
But you need me? Oh, bitch, you better get your act the fuck together.
And then also,
don't be fucking if you are in a bind where you can't ask this man that you're laying down, legs up in the air. You probably riding, because y'all bitches be riding. I don't. You probably riding that nigga dick from the back, but you calling me your friend, which yes, I will help if I can. But you are laid up with somebody who's occupying your space, your body, your mind, and you don't feel comfortable enough to ask that person.
Not trying to say it's all your pussy, but what you No, but let me tell you this. So I had this conversation with Brianna because me and her was bitting hard, bitch. Someone asked for $40.
I ain't gonna lie. If someone asked for 40, they really need it.
And another friend asked me for 5,000.
Okay.
In the same 48 hours.
Okay.
So we're talking about this. I'm like, bruh, obviously my friend that needs $40 is getting $100 or $200. Like, I know you need the bread. But the one that, with the 5,000, I said to Bree, I'll be doing lectures if you borrow money from me sometimes. I'll be doing a little lecture. For that 5,000, I was like, I feel like I'll get that back in a second.
Yeah, for sure.
What is it about when someone needs that type of money where it's like, oop, I had a misstep in a check, something happened, it was emergency. But then when it's that little money, you're like, what the fuck?
You'll never get that back. I think a grown ass person, which is why I say when you just said ask a nigga for $100, $200, no. You gotta ask for $1,000. You gotta ask for something with a comma, because now just ask for something with a comma, bitch. But to me, if someone is asking for $40, they don't know how to go get $40.
Well, yeah. Like,
you know what I mean? If you're asking for the $40,
to me, that means the check came out, or something, a bill hit, you wasn't ready for it. I got you. Now, the thing that her and I were venting about, because Bree had a situation where someone asked for that too, and she was like, bro, this is hard for me because I just started this new bit. You know, she's doing Trap House with me, and she's like, I'm just thinking to myself, I know this friend makes money. And I know I've been in places where I did it and I would never fucking do it. I'd fucking wait till that Friday, like, I'm gonna get my shit together. I'm not gonna fucking be here putting myself in situations where I'm gonna embarrass myself to ask my friend for $40 that ain't got it either. And I was like, you know what? Some people, and I've said this on the show, someone taught me this lesson. Some people are natural born givers and takers. And for me, for the most part, when my friends are kind of in bad money situations, they've always been giving shit. And they're so used to just taking, they just don't feel like a big deal. And so when I saw this big Simone clip, it was hitting me a lot, because I'm like, she's had her moments that have made me side-eye her. And I like B. Simone a lot. I think she's a sweetie, but she's had moments. But in that one, I was like, nah, that girl's putting that shit on her.
I didn't like that. It reminds me of
you gave
who was it? It reminds me of Jay-Z when he said he stopped going to family functions because every time he went, it was like his cousins and people asking him for money.
I can see that happening to me.
And it's just like, bro, and I mean, that's the thing with my dad.
Like, the girl moved in with her mom, right? When she said that, Mandii, sorry to interrupt you. Did you not think to yourself, like, okay, you had a place to go? Like, why are we acting like you was on the street with a kid and B. Simone knew? Like that, she was like, I had to move back in with my mom. Like, okay.
But that's the thing. As a friend then, if you couldn't even pay for a roof over your head for you and your child, how much did you want B. Simone to show up for you? Did you want her to put you in an apartment? Like, was B. Simone supposed to show up and then raise a grown woman that she didn't push out of her coochie? I think that we can be supportive for our friends, but I do think that, and I said this is it's a layered take. I hate, you and I have busted our ass. Y'all have seen us for the last 8 years. Like, I remember coming on here just wanting a Gucci belt and the Balenciagas that look like socks. Couldn't even afford a $600 pair of shoes a couple years ago on this pod. And I think that it would be nasty for any of our friends, any of our family members to feel entitled to any of our money because they're unwell, like they're not doing well. Like, and me and my friends talk about it all the time. We always uplift each other anytime we can. Like, I'll give my friend a job. I'll find a way to hire my friends. But to me, the entitlement that it seemed like, girl, I saw you give someone else a check, but you couldn't help me.
You don't know what philanthropic shit she's like.
You don't know where, she said that. She said, I've had liquid cash before. She's like, I haven't. Bro, she has a whole app now. You don't know the investments that people are making. You don't know how much overhead they have for you to just feel entitled to be given a gift.
I will say, if B. Simone knew her friend was struggling bad and maybe didn't, because the girl kind of sounded like she was going through something and didn't receive it. I don't know, it was awkward, but a lot of people were jumping down her throat, and I was like, that wasn't the clip for the throat jump. I think what I saw made me feel sorry, but also people will put that shit on you too. Like, Vinny tried to check her friend about that shit once. So Vinny on Sex Sells, if you watch the unedited version on Amazon Prime, for the Botox one, I talk about that a lot, where he got his dick grew at the Dick Doc in Vegas. It's a thing. And he said that some guy he knows were like, oh, so Weezy's just on vacation and traveling doing this and you're just at work with your dick on TV for her show? And he was like, you know what the fuck, Weezy? Like, dude, I literally find there's not an episode of Sex Sells where I'm not trying to get Vinny. If Vinny's in 2 little clips, I'm like, he's this and gets this and gets this. Like, you know, he's our tour manager. Like, just like your friends help us with stuff. Like, getting our friends checks is what we're supposed to do. If they're good at what they do.
Yeah, they have to be good at what they do.
I'm not handing Vinny out nothing. Vinny is valuable to my life and worthy. But yes, we should be putting our people on. However, entitlement is insane. With B. Simone's H&M clip, I did look a little sideways. And it was only because I don't think she realized how out of touch she was in that moment.
We about to go into a world war. We in a recession. Eggs is $36. Having a shop at H&M is, listen.
But I watched her Road to a Million video, and never counting someone's pockets, but that was a count, right? I think that's what makes it hard.
But that was also a couple years ago.
It might be someone being a comedian that's just...
But I think so many people don't get to also see her... Like, B used to braid my hair. Like, B used to work as a hostess and a waitress. I would come to Atlanta. We would hang out, and I'd be like, girl, she would braid hair. She would do any and everything to get $1.
To $1 million.
She did any and everything that she could do to make money when maybe she didn't. She relocated from Dallas, moved to, like, and who B is to her core, she's a hustler, but she is a good person. So I hate that the clips are coming out and I see the internet talking about her, because she has shown up in so many dope ways over the last decade of me knowing her that I hate that this narrative is now being created about her.
I think that clip is hard to see for people that go through shit.
Yeah.
And we all need to keep in mind sometimes sharing. I was having a conversation with this. I talk about Brooke DeVard a lot when I talk about Black girl luxury, because, and I said this to the girl doing my makeup this morning, I said, for some reason, Brooke is completely in touch with her demographic. And I think it's because luxury is kind of her brand. So Brooke can get on her fucking phone with her family and board the Delta One lounge, no chairs, and have their private security and talk about, oh, I think I might get these, Marcella. I don't know. What about and we love it and we're accepting of it. There are certain people, for some reason, it doesn't hit for us. And I wonder how we figure out that line and when we start to hate. Because I'm never going to hate how rich she gets for some reason. But it was annoying to watch B. Simone say that thing. Why is it? This is a Black girl that came up. We know she's worked hard. She's a comic. We see you getting it out the mud. I don't think B. Simone gives a it was handed to me vibe. Neither does Brooke, by the way. But I'm just saying, like, what is it? And when do we learn who can do it and who can't? Because I didn't feel bad for B. Simone. I was really sitting there like, bitch, are you serious?
I mean, I think it's demographic. And like I said, I think it's also the timing. It's the time that we are in. There's a lot of people going through it. Like, I've been having the conversation with my friends, and I'm like, damn, this year is hitting a lot different than the past couple years for so many of my friends, for so many of my peers. And I'm like, I was just having a talk with a good friend of mine, and savings depleted and trying to come back to finding a new passion. And I said, listen, like almost in tears. And I said, listen, as long as I got it, you got it. Don't ever think you can't cover rent. And luckily she ain't fucking nobody right now, because otherwise I would have been like, bitch, you better go ask that nigga. But I literally looked at her because I love her daughter. I love her. And I'm just like, listen, as long as I'm your friend, you got it.
Right.
Don't ever think you don't. But it's because she's never like, she's not someone that's ever constantly asked. I've seen her like, you know, she's just in an era. We all have these ebbs and flows with life, but boy, do I see life is life right now for so many people. So, like I said, I think that clip didn't hit right now because of the time that we are in. Like, it's real out here for people. It's real. Just as real.
I hope, listen, y'all got that $26. I hope I get it in that book. I'm sorry.
Listen, and I don't know, might be up to 29. It be going on sale. It go between 29 and 26.
I don't know how that happens. Like,
it depends where they get it from.
oh, okay.
Like Amazon has different prices, Barnes and Nobles, all the things. All right, y'all. I've been seeing the comments. So we're going to get a little horrible, okay, with the sex history this week. So I decided to do a sex history dive into pet play and animal role play. Because why the fuck not? So we're going to start off with the ancient roots of spirits and shapeshifters, y'all. This is prehistoric to early civilizations. And so we really only get to see it through, like, you know, the hieroglyphics and the write-ins and shit like that. So,
ancient texts.
Totemism and tribal identity. So many indigenous cultures believed in animal spirits as clan ancestors or protectors. So think wolves, bears, or ravens, symbolizing traits like strength, cunning, or transformation. So having animals be at this like godly realm is where the animal play in the bedroom kind of took place.
Oh,
way back in the day.
A pup.
So I have, you familiar with shamans or whatever that is?
Mm-hmm.
So shamanic rituals donned wear animal masks and furs to become the animal, invoking its power or guiding spirits during trance states. So while you would be in this euphoric state, this is where back in the day, they was putting on animal masks and furs. Mind you,
I feel like I've seen this in like Eyes Wide Shut, like just showing, and it looks a little demonic, but it's kind of like cool because it's Illuminati-ish.
I think it depends how you, like, to me, I ain't gonna hold you. Well, I don't know, because we be referring to niggas as goats now.
Like, you know how there's
I'm thinking
horns?
like goats, that's where you're going with it. So I'm thinking of like, goats be looking demonic, but also we call Kobe a goat. So imagine you just fucking a goat because you imagining fucking like a nigga like LeBron or Kobe. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't.
Niggas be like they goats. It's a whole emoji.
Okay,
so nigga, maybe you want to fuck a goat because your nigga not a goat, so turn that nigga to a goat. I'm just saying. All right, symbolism. Animals weren't just beasts. Again, going back to the demonic things, they were cosmic intermediaries. Sorry. I was like, how do I say this word? Intermediaries. And channeling them meant spiritual transformation. So pretty much pet plays started with the primal roots that took place from how our ancestors viewed animals, period.
Just think about how expensive animals are in a dowry.
Like, well, you talked about the dowry.
No,
animals
I'm
are expensive
like,
as period.
just the way that like they honor animals. And then you just be like,
First
hey,
off,
I can't buy you a cow, but
first off, let me tell you, and I don't know how much they cost in Oklahoma City. I was out there for Juneteenth. Bitch, niggas was out there riding horses like go-karts. Like, it was just niggas. Like, not even a hat. They had no shirts. It was just black boys riding on some horses.
It was a Juneteenth theme.
No. Apparently, there's like a black cowboy thing, but they don't dress like cowboys. It's like niggas on horses. Like, They straight had like some baggy jeans, no shirt, and they was just out there riding a horse, like not with a saddle or anything. Bareback horses. And so I'm asking, I said, how these niggas just got all these horses? And they was like, they're cowboys. Like, people got horses out here. I was like, in Oklahoma City? Mind you, like teenagers to like, they look like young boys, but was just out there on they gallivanting on their horses.
Not gallivanting.
Gallivanting. So I don't know, maybe there's a discount on horses in like the middle, that part of the world, that part of the country. I said, I thought horses was expensive and we just out here with horses just riding through the festival. I was shocked.
Horses make me a little horny. You ever been on one?
Horses making you horny is crazy.
Like,
you know what's crazy? I actually don't. My hips don't really open that wide. I be looking at them like,
bitch, you got
this ain't the hair we be buying. I be looking at the hair.
Like
what?
The cankle line.
I be looking at, oh, so that's what it is. It definitely wasn't the Milky Way growing up. I was like, that's ain't horse hair. Okay, so we gonna get into myth and metamorphosis. So this is where it kind of started getting really more kinky. So we're taking
really
more kinky. We taking it to ancient Egypt,
Jesus
Greece,
Christ.
and India. So gods in animal form. So Anubis was a jackal, Bastet was a cat, and Pan was a goat. So divine beings with beastly traits weren't rare. So pretty much they turned it into fucking gods. Like, you know how you be like, oh my God, fuck me. This is where it started. But they were dressing up as animals. So so there's also myths of transformation. So Zeus became a swan, and Hindu myths feature beings like Hanuman, who was a monkey god. Erotic symbolism, animal features often represent raw instincts. So sex, chaos, power. So including those elements into the bedroom, like say you got, baby girl.
Okay.
Her drinking that milk out of the thing and either being a cat or a dog, there's submission and loyalty as what we normally relate to animals in that way. So now you're bringing in those elements that you have when you think of a dog being loyal or a dog, you know, kind of listening when you say sit. Those elements are what brings about the arousal while you in the bedroom. Like,
I think that's sexy. I mean, it's all at the end of the day. One's a top, one's a bottom.
Now, let's get into the Victorian era to the mid-1900s, which we around. So, Freud, fetish, and furry hints, okay? So, psychoanalysis and libido. Freud and Jung explored animal dreams as symbols of raw desire or repressed urges. Now, there was a rise in fetishism in the Victorian kink culture that included pony girls, corsetry, and power dynamics.
What's a pony girl?
I don't know that one. We can look up what a pony girl
There's a DJ named Horse Girl. Y'all know who that is?
No, but does she look like, she be dressed like a horse?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Because you don't think horses are sexy? Because if she dressed like cat, like I ain't had no problem with Doja Cat coming out here like
Horse
a cat.
Girl. She like really, and she's really popping too. I think, who is it? Oh yeah, that's her. I think I saw Kim Kardashian posting her or North.
Oh.
A pony girl is a woman usually submissive who takes the role of a pony.
Oh.
Make a pony sound.
Yee.
Now your turn, bitch. You ain't gonna make us just sound like one.
I can't.
Do one. Do
Giddy up. Oh my goodness.
For this ain't tricks.
All right, now we're gonna get to 1970s to today, where we have talked about it for the last few years. Do not know how 8 years in, we have yet to have a goddamn furry on the show. But if you are a furry,
the opportunity, but they just be so introverted and weird.
We can't find a goddamn furry.
Your kink isn't weird, furry people. You're just weird. Like when I say weird, it gives a little tism in the messages sometimes. I talked to 2 or 3 of them during AVN weekend. What the hell's going on?
Maybe that's why they're in these costumes.
Bro, one girl literally, I booked her, let's just say it was like 12 to 2 on a Sunday in Vegas. She never responds. I sent an address. I'm like, good to go. Nothing. We get a new guest because the bitch doesn't reply. Miss Furry Lady
shows up.
No, replies to me at 11:45 like, hey, 20 minutes away. I said, there was no conversation. I asked you for stuff. She wrote back and said, you told me where to be though.
What?
Bitch, do you talk to people? Do you talk? Or do you just...
Oh, she ain't confirmed.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
just off. And then another one was like, Well, what would I talk about outside of the furry? Girl,
Well, so that's the thing. Like, furries have now, like, so in modern day, BDSM community is,
right?
so pet play became a recognized kink. So especially in puppy, kitten, and pony play, like we talked, it combines obedience, care, power exchange, and identity. But the furry fandom is the overlap, and it's focused more on identity and community, but shares anthropomorphic and costume role play. So I think that's the
I don't
difference.
know
Like,
what the hell
there's
she
a way
said.
you could
Why
lick out
are
of a
you
ball,
fucking nodding
but
like
the
you know what she
furries-
said?
She did that. She did it. She tried.
What's it?
Did I not? Don't do that. I did that, right?
Anthropomorphic.
No, but the way that he's nodding right now, like, what the
Because
fuck?
I agree.
What?
You know
But
what
you
the
was
fuck
happy that I got that word, huh?
What's going on?
Anthropomorphic, whatever. See, I ain't say it that time. I was too fast.
Yeah,
But I said it when I was reading it. By the way, there's an online boom for the furries with forums, Tumblr, I don't know if that's still out, but and TikTok, where they brought visibility. So what's crazy is, and it's why y'all gotta watch when your kids is on the TikTok. They're like, there's a community where they dress up the same way like the anime girls, like where that's actually a sexual thing, where some people might scroll by it and be like, oh, she's dressed up like Sailor Moon. There's a nigga on another side of a screen jacking off to Sailor Moon. So there's the same thing happening right now on the TikTok where the people are dressing up as animals and people are being aroused at the furries online. Hashtag furry. And you will see a whole bunch of people dressing up as these animals, where you might think maybe they like Barney.
And
maybe,
what are you talking about?
What? Furries being a thing online, like the same way we talked about the splashing, right?
So the people, so kids are dressing up.
Not kids are dressing up. Adults are dressing up.
Oh, because you said
The same way adults dress up as anime and these things.
Yeah,
that's the cosplaying, the anime characters.
Your kids on TikTok.
Because a lot of things that people don't understand have a sexual element to it. Does.
Yes.
Oh, is it kind of like the girl that goes, yum, ice cream?
That became a
But
thing.
that
Or
could
the
be-
splashing of
that
the
could be-
cakes.
Yes.
The making a mess. We talked
Cosplay
about
doesn't
that.
necessarily mean there's a sexual affiliation to it. But
For example,
there are animes that are very kid-centric, high-centric, and I understand how that could be a little weird and why you should be cautious of having your children post up cosplay as these characters, because there might be creeps on the other side.
On the
Can we
other
talk
side,
about
jacking that thing off.
Comic Con and video game people and my confusion.
Me.
So,
Oh,
serious thing I would like to know.
yes.
When you go to Comic Con and you put the
We were just in
outfit on,
Atlanta around the PeachCon,
DreamCon.
DreamCon.
when you put the outfit on,
You're not about to come for cosplayers right now.
Yes, she is. I'm gonna let her go. I'm gonna let her go.
I
Love
just
this.
want to know. You put the costume on.
Yeah.
Batman girl, Batgirl, whatever.
Not Batman.
You're
girl.
telling me
Yes.
this is just
For
fun.
fun.
And
Okay.
you don't want to fuck? How is it
Oh, wait,
possible?
Oh, I didn't know we were going this way.
No, that there is no connection to the people that are dressing up at Comic-Con and sexuality. How is it possible that we are all in this room because we love comic books that much at 40?
Yeah.
You're telling me you don't want to fuck. So now we're in a booth together and we're just going back and forth talking about Pokemon. And you dressed up in the whole fucking latex and this isn't sex?
You ready?
Wait, what?
Let me throw you the fucking analogy right now because you sound crazy. You're telling me you didn't go to the Beyoncé tour and your goddamn cowgirl hat and your chaps and you were talking about Beyonce and the records you like and you were thinking about sex while you dressed up and talked to a whole bunch of people with the same likes as you?
Oh, I got another one for you, babe. That's a theme,
What's a theme?
not a costume.
No. It's a theme. Dressing up,
Anime.
bro, that is a theme. That is the theme.
And a mask.
Go to my camera real quick. Here.
Go ahead.
Pull cord.
There we go.
You don't dress up for Halloween?
Period. She said though at the end of the night she want to suck.
That's not a good analogy.
No, it is.
I dress up to fuck. And then you know
You dress up to fuck every Halloween. Every Halloween you dress up to fuck.
a little bit. But I'm
You dress
an
up to look
outlier.
like
I'm
you
an
want to
outlier.
fuck, but you don't dress up to fuck.
Hold on. So you telling me you grown ass Nicaraguan?
Yes.
You take your little Latino ass and put on a costume and none of
I
it's
don't
sexual?
cosplay myself, but I have friends who cosplay. Yeah, people like to cosplay.
You have friends who cosplay?
Absolutely,
I do too.
I do. And that's the thing. It's
I'm not gonna lie. I've been hanging with more of the nerds, and it's crazy because I'm on record talking about gamers and shit.
Wait, a real
But-
person that's not
a real
fucking.
person that just really likes like how
They
Meg
don't
the Stallion,
show.
like Meg the Stallion be dressing up in anime
Yeah,
characters.
I'll be judging Meg Thee Stallion.
No, she won. I thought that's supposed to be sexy.
It is something
I mean, it's sexy, but she's also a fan.
It's
It's
fun.
sex shit, right?
No, what
No,
she's doing is not
no.
sex shit. She's a fan of anime. So you don't believe that any grown person should dress up as
Their
an
favorite
anime
character?
or comic book
Of course I
character?
want them to do what
No,
they
no,
want to
you
do.
want them to do it, but you're like, why are you doing it without fucking?
Why are we at the Javits Center? And why are we,
It's a convention.
why are we not at CCR or NSFW? You're telling me you did this for Javits and you walked down the broad day, you never got your dick hard?
Not everybody's horny like that.
Bro, Weezy just horny.
They're
She
not-
said in the book, I came out of the womb
I
horny.
also want to say I'm not coming for them. I'm just
Oh, no,
confused
it's not,
how
but-
it's not that.
Because not everyone thinks about sex. Maybe this is their hobby.
It's just really fandom.
Like when you go to listen
love the
to
show.
a my piano, does your pussy have to be leaking because that's what you enjoy to go do?
if I start twerking on somebody.
I was gonna say probably.
Okay, maybe that was a bad
Like, yeah, because if it's like the sexual energy of but no, I'm just really thinking to myself, okay, you get up, you're putting on this disguise, it's mysterious, maybe you have a mask on, then you look at someone else.
You are sexualizing this.
Do you hear this?
Then you're looking at someone else.
Because what if they look like Pikachu? What if they in a big old round?
There'd be some sexy Pikachu's though.
You
Okay,
have
no.
to
But I'm talking. Okay,
And then it's like,
There's also
oh,
normal.
it's a lot
There's
of
no
latex. Why are men wearing one latex onesie fucking things? Where you?
Maybe the theme of the anime.
So now you're telling me you got to go pee pee.
first off, and if they got latex, a latex costume is expensive. That mean they got a little coin.
Cosplayers
So
are
you're
very
just doing this to
dedicated.
wait in line to talk or see a thing,
And embrace the culture and enjoy
It's
all
the culture.
and then what do you do after? You don't fuck? Or these people don't have their virgins?
No, they be
Not their
That's what I
virgins.
wanna say. I'm very
Oh,
certain that all these cosplay people,
What about your
Especially
friends? Have they fucked?
they be fucking. Not each other, but they be fucking.
Do they fuck other?
Women and men, yes.
who also wear costumes? I'm
Yeah, I'm
sure.
saying-
It's women and men who cosplay, right? It's not just men.
No.
Oh.
Of course, I'm saying, do they fuck other people that are also in their
Probably, yeah.
They have-
sexual?
They have hobbies in common.
Then it is. You
Okay.
can find your bitch at the Pikachu tent.
But that's my point, right? It's like if you like Pokemon and I like Pokemon, we might
so let me
each other a little bit
Pokemon.
more. Oh my god.
Let me Pokemon.
Oh god.
Hey.
Was it bad?
Throw tomato.
Now I'm sure there's a fucking VeggieTales costume where you are a tomato.
I'm not gonna lie, baby. Don't do that. Don't do that.
VeggieTales.
I can't dress up as an eggplant.
No. Excuse me?
I can't dress up as an eggplant.
Are you asking me that again?
You know what's crazy?
Hold on, I want to pull this
You
up.
know VeggieTales was Christian based?
Yes.
Did you know
Morals
that?
are Christian
Like
based.
Jesus stuff?
But
Yeah,
they
the
don't throw
veggies
Jesus
were
sacrifice.
Christians.
Yeah.
They used to talk about love God.
Yeah. They
Like
don't-
the
they don't like-
tomato.
Wait, what did you just say?
Because I used to watch VeggieTales.
Okay, hold on. Now I'm trying to pull up this shit. Wait. What is it? Most popular costumes?
Cosplays? Yeah.
Most popular Comic-Con outfits. Let's just see if they could be sexy.
Goku,
Now let's
Deadpool.
see if they could be sexy. Deadpool could absolutely be sexy.
Deadpool is low key. That should
That's a sex. Yeah, that's a
Alright,
BDSM.
I don't know if these people are ugly or it's just not good. I could
Just name the characters because this.
Okay, Woody and Buzz Lightyear.
That makes sense.
The
That
It
makes sense.
Clown.
Who's
The
top
girl.
between Woody and Buzz Lightyear?
What's that bad bitch? The white girl.
Buzz
from
Lightyear is
Joker?
the top.
Harley Quinn. That's
Buzz
kind of
Lightyear's the top
sexy.
between Woody and Buzz Lightyear.
Yes, Woody
Freaky
is.
too?
Woody, the way he was moving like this, he had some sugar in his tank.
He has a snake in his boot.
Well, Woody was
Wonder
definitely a
Woman,
bottom.
Catwoman. That's sexy.
Yes.
Okay.
Then there's Zelda, who's in her got her fucking
Yeah.
kitties out and the stomach out. These bitches look like hoes.
Not these
No,
bitches look like hoes. You know why too?
Sorry.
They were drawn by men. Sorry.
They were drawn by men.
They were drawn by men.
First of all, the original characters don't look super hypersexualized. But yes,
Today they do.
That's not true.
there are a lot. They're not. Zelda is not hypersexual. She's
No,
a
Zelda
princess.
was a fucking had elf ears.
Yeah.
Zelda was just
She's
trying
a
to
super-
save the castle.
Oh, sorry.
But I'm sure you probably see the very like sexualized.
I do.
Yeah.
Speaking of elf ears, do you know I realized? Okay, I was thinking about it when I looked at you today during the breakfast. I was like, "Is that Mandy's real ear?"
Yes, it's my real ear. I have a Spock ear.
Hold on.
I do.
Do you know that
Oh my God,
that's
I've
like the
never looked at
font?
I do. I have a Spock ear. It used to
Is
be
it
more
just that
prevalent.
ear?
It's just one ear.
Turn that around.
It used to be more prevalent when I was younger. This
Dog.
one is round. This one is Spock.
It was so distracting.
You know why?
It was-
Because I'm a mythical fucking creature,
Wait,
bitch.
turn again. Let me see it.
You're kind of a mythical creature.
Bro, it's
Are
so
you
crazy.
You actually
No,
was looking at my ear at the breakfast
well,
club.
you were
bitch.
sitting to her, but I looked at you and I'm like, what the fuck?
It's because I'm a mythical creature.
Y'all, I've never seen this. Mandy's ear.
I'm a fairy.
Do this. Oh yeah.
Oh my God, wait, it's just that one ear. Let me see it again.
Yeah. But
Is it real?
Bitch, I'm a fairy. Yes, my ear is real. Don't do that. Damn.
that looks like a really nice, like,
Oh, yeah,
symmetrical.
uh-huh.
ear,
So
though,
the
I'm not gonna lie.
Jeeves, the white guy I used to fuck, this is obviously a white story.
So maybe my Spock ear is because I'm half white.
He used to be in
That's
the
why.
fun
That's
one.
why only one of them is Spock. The other one is my nigga ear.
Oh my
What?
God.
It is brown. This look like my daddy ear. I don't know what this is.
Pull up a picture of Tammy.
I don't think she got Spock ears. She
No,
just
I
got
think
them
she got-
long white people ears.
But I don't know how. Notice that, man. You've had short hair for how many years now?
Yeah, like 5 years.
Maybe I just haven't been that close in proximity, but we're turning because Charlamagne's on the right, Lauren LaRosa's on the left. I'm looking at her and I'm like, when did she get that?
Your
Not
ear
when
does
did
have,
I
like,
get
a
that.
particular sheen on it right now.
Oh, maybe because there was gel because I did a little slit bet today.
Anyway, if
Maybe
you'd
it was
like to
shiny.
see Mandi's ear in detail, please take your ass over to Patreon.
That's right. Not only Patreon, bitch. We on the YouTube.
That's a bitch.
You said what? No, I think he did it in this ear.
Oh.
Because also I had tubes in my ears. I had sinus infections, and then I had tubal ligation. Not the tubal ligation. That's where the tubes get tied. Never mind. All right, y'all. No holds barred out now. Also, if you want bonus content, patreon.com/horrible decisions. Bitch, horrible decisions ain't go nowhere. You just got to pay as little as $5 a month. We got horrible decisions over on our Patreon. Y'all go check it out. It's sex. It's nasty. And if you want to hear more about my breakup, it's over there behind the paywall. Okay. From here on, you just get in my dating life, okay? But it's over there on the paywall. Go hear it over there. Anyways, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in to yet another episode of Decisions. We'll see you next week. If you are a patron member, that's right, go on over to patreon.com/horrible decisions. That's where you can get all of the X-rated, raunchy discussions about sex. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Horrible Decisions. Ketchup and mustard, baby.
This should be called the X Factor, this episode.
The X Factor is
This
crazy.
will be the episode that people be like, let me get Patreon.
Well, then we're going to let you start because the preview is the first 5 minutes. So let's reel them in, buddy.
Oh, all right.
Let's reel them on in.
So,
You can start.
y'all have been seeing me talk about manifestation, how you can manifest anything you want. I'm going to tell you right now, you truly manifest
Everything.
everything.
Even the things you don't want.
My partner and I have seen his ex-girlfriend out. And he was with her almost 10 years. So I said to him, just randomly thinking about it, we were having dinner a week before we get to London. I said, baby, it's crazy because, like, I haven't seen my ex. He's like, what made you think about that? I was like, because my book is coming out and I talk about him for exactly who he is. Someone's gonna bring this up. And I think I just was having dinner with him after us leaving an episode. And it's interesting because in this book, a lot of people are talking about chapters that hit them different. And how to know when you stay too long really can hit for some that are in a bad relationship. I'm like, yo, how will he feel? I also don't hate him, but I wrote this chapter that makes everyone else hate him and I actually don't care. So we're talking casually. And when I was saying it, I was really thinking about what it would feel like to see my ex. And this is what I mean by visualization. When you visualize something I felt it, I thought about it, everything. So this was important to me because I wanted to know what to say if he read it. Now, the last time I saw my ex, for those of you that may remember, I was on a second date with my current boyfriend. I saw my ex at Dumbo House during a Juvenile concert in July of 2023 with his current girlfriend. And I didn't feel jealous. I thought he kind of looked whatever. She was a cutie, but I didn't really care. By the way, she also is black and white and was born the same day as me. Crazy. But I was so into my man.
Yeah.
And it was only a second date. We go to London. We were going to the Amalfi Coast. We actually go to London only because we're like, let's do a little pit stop before Italy. And I love Amapiano. And they got some good Amapiano parties in London. We get to Shoreditch House. And I remember exactly what was happening. I'm leaning against the bar. My man is whispering in my neck or something. And I'm like, let's not drink. And he's like, we're going to get us some shots. Let's get some shots. And we're laughing and we're giggling. And I can only imagine how cute we look, bitch. I look to my right. I can't see his face. I just see a hat. I see the side of him. It's him.
And
I
you
am
just
in
knew.
London. I want everyone to know, for context, if you're new here by some chance, my ex-boyfriend lives in Brooklyn. 15 minutes away from me in the Lower East Side. I saw him for the first time in 2 years in London at Shoreditch House. And I grabbed my man, I said, oh my God. He said, what's wrong? I'm like, that's my ex. He goes, how do you know you can't see him? I said, I know my ex. That's him. I know his style. I know what I know
how he stands, like all the things.
Everything. He's on his phone, he's looking down. Confirming it, already knew it was him. I don't know if y'all remember this, but the reason that Keke Palmer and I know each other is because my ex brought this white dude that he knows from Amsterdam to a party. It was Michael Strahan's Halloween party. And then that kid met Keke Palmer. Mm-hmm. That guy she dated walks up to my ex at the bar. And I'm like, it's definitely him. So I said to my man, I feel really weird right now. But I also don't want to vent to my man about this because I understand. I don't want him to feel like I'm overreacting. He's like, why do you feel weird? Just relax. I'm like, because I just wrote all this shit. And I said it again.
Do you think he's going to read it?
I don't know. But I also have a few comments about what I started to sit on it. He's like, we're good. We're on vacation. We're having a good time. I was like, I want to speak to him. Is that okay? And he said, sure. I said, well, let me go to the bathroom first because I need to breathe. I said, I feel really uncomfortable. And I apologize again. I'm sorry. Like, this is weird. He's like, you're good. You're good. I go to the bathroom. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't have to shit or anything. I really just need to get on my phone. Bruh, texted 2 group chats. I got a group chat with Brianda, Sade, Vinny, and Gabrielle. And I got another one with my homeboys, Andre and Asante. I text both the group chats in one. Just put everybody in one. I said, nigga! I'm in Shorty. Everybody got my location. I see my ex right now. Vinny sends a group chat. He out too, talking about bitch. Brianna's like,